Oh, hello. Looks like you've come back for another round of adventure and mystery. So, for those people who are new to this channel, welcome your face. In this episode of StoneBlock 3, I will be diving more into the quest line, resources, create, and maybe a little bit of tinkers. And if you enjoy this video, it really does mean a lot if you could hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure your notifications are switched on for later. Now let's get into it, shall we? So when we left off last episode, we cleared out this area here, and we got a heap of saplings, seeds, and things that we can use for food in this chest. And off camera, I kind of mapped out some places that I can actually place some dirt and actually start getting some wood. And unlike other mod packs, this mod pack has something very special. You twerk next to the tree, it acts like bone meal. So now we can grab our stone crooks and once that's done, we have more saplings and we have apples we can use for food, which is fantastic. Now we have some logs, we can light up this place. So now we can chuck these in here. Don't need that. Holy stick of wood divining. Yes, I still have that. 0 uses left. We'll put that in the chest. What we can do now, place that in there. That in there. And now we can have charcoal. We can light up this place because we don't actually want mobs to spawn in here because it is such a small space. One there, one there, and one up there. Now we can actually see. We can actually see where we're going. Plus, the light will help the saplings grow a lot quicker. And because we can, we'll chuck another piece in there, get that going. And I might start clearing out this area next. Okay, so now we have access to charcoal. We can make sticks, we've got wood planks, and we have saplings growing. As they grow, as we need them, we can bone meal them by twerking next to them. It's funny, that might sound very useful, very useful. Right, so we have a quest completed in our starting. Get wood. We'll go with oak wood. And that's giving us 28 more oak wood logs. Okay, so we will keep them there for when we need them. And we'll just take them as we need them. Now that we have sticks, we can actually make pickaxes instead of using these stone hammers for mining when we need them for crushing down gravel, dust, and sand. What's next in our journey to creating resources? Okay, so by the looks of it, we're going to be jumping into a bit of create. So we need andesite. What do we have here? You can get basic resources like iron using the millstone. More advanced resources aren't available until later. Okay, so this will be where we start. Like everything in Create, the millstone is powered with potential force. No, that's rotational force. Can't read. Likewise, you can hold W while hovering over any Create item to see a short animation explaining how it works, including how it's powered. Okay, so if we go back into welcome, exploring stone layers. So I've got stone, andesite. Okay, so there's 55 blocks if I dig straight down or straight up. Above and below that are 20 block tall slices of andesite. So I actually have to go mining either down or up to get andesite, and then past those 20 blocks, 53 blocks past that, I'll find deep slate. Okay, so is there a different way to mine a large amount of resources? Stone hammer. Okay. Mine's a 3 by 3 by 1 area. Oh, we are so getting ourselves. We're gonna need more. Okay. Let's put these tiny charcoals in. 3. Okay, so that's enough stone for 3 stone hammers. We have the wood for it now. This will make it easier to clear out space, and it will make it much easier to get to structures like this one here that could be a mob spawner, but by the looks of it, it's quite a distance away. So I'm going to start digging down to get andesite. That seems like the best idea. So I need more sticks. So 3 sticks. There we go, stone hammer. I'm gonna make a second one because I doubt it's going to be quick at mining straight down. So I will come back once I've dug a tunnel down to andesite. So we have dug down to where we can find andesite. And by the looks of it, if I see correctly, I'm gonna need a lot of it. So I'm gonna mine up a few stacks of this stuff, and then we can go back up top, start crafting, and jump right into create. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, it's a new day, and I'm really looking forward to jumping back into this. In the last clip that I made, we were collecting some andesite. We're going to jump into create and get some resource creation happening. So we're going to jump back into that and get things rolling. Okay, so I ended up coming back up with just over 2 stacks of andesite. So what we've got here, getting started. So we've got a millstone, a hand crank, and a cogwheel. So I'm pretty sure I have them on my favorites bar. So we're going to need any kind of stone, by the looks of it, bit of wood, cogwheel. So we're going to need a little bit of wood, which we don't have much of. So we might have to collect some wood if we need it. But right now, let's grab some of this andesite, turn it into polished andesite. So we'll start making some of these components. Millstone, I'm going to need a cogwheel. I need a cogwheel for the quest. I'm going to make 2 cogwheels. 1, 2. One of them will go towards the quest. The other one will go towards the millstone. We'll make the millstone. That's part 2. And next we need a hand crank to be able to operate said machinery. And now we have those 3 components. We can go up to our quest book, collect the reward. We got 8 black candles. But right now I don't really have a use for it. So we'll stick them in there. And I think I might collect a lot more wood, and then we're going to set up this millstone ready for things to start processing, shall we? Okay, so we've collected some more wood. I put half of it in my inventory. So let's set this up, shall we? So if we ponder on this, it'll show us how this works. Insert stuff on the top. If you can extract it. If we... I think... Okay, I'm going to stick that there. That needs to go there. Aha! That moves. Okay. So to make this a little bit more accessible, I'm leaving a block under here. So when I get iron, I can put a hopper underneath and have things automatically extracting. So until that happens, I can just do that. Let's collect our gravel. And I said just to drop it in the top. Okay. And by the looks of it, kinetic stress capacity small. So as we spin this, our hunger will go down fairly quickly. And by the looks of it, after a while, you right click this cog and it will give you the resources from that operation. So we now have some iron ore. So that's fantastic. Sand and some raw zinc. So I can see zinc being very important with create. So I'm going to grind all this up and get the resources from it. And then when I come back, we can move forward in our quest for a cobble generator, basically. So I'll see you then. So what we got from that stack of gravel that we put through the millstone, actually it kind of reminds me of the grindstone from another mod pack that I'm very familiar with. Same thing, it grinds down your gravel and it gives you byproducts. So we now have access to coal, we have more sand, we have iron and zinc. So right now we can just straight up smelt these as they are. So it's 1-to-1. And even if we use a smeltery, it isn't complete ore doubling. So 1 raw iron is equivalent to 1 ingot plus 3 nuggets. So to be able to get an extra 1, you're going to need at least 3 raw iron to get an extra. Okay, so now that we have these, my first task is to straight up smelt enough to get a hopper. So I can start automating this as much as I can right now. So as of right now, I've got enough iron to get me started. I'm probably going to make some more furnaces. 1, 2. I'm going to turn some of this coal into mini coal, because then That makes things a little bit easier splitting these up. So I'm just going to straight furnace them right now. We don't need to ore double until later. Plus, mini coal is a lot more efficient because it's 1-to-1 instead of putting a whole piece of coal in, only smelting about 4 or 5 items. So all that excess coal that you could potentially be using for other things is wasted. So turning your charcoal and coal into mini, as soon as you get it, it resource-wise, it's a lot more efficient. So I do recommend it if you go down this route. So we're going to get that and that. The zinc I'm going to leave there. So first things first. Actually, we're going to get a cauldron. I've already started collecting oak leaves. And here is a little trick. Cauldron. That's right, ladies and gents. We now have water. And we now have a way to collect it. We now have a bucket of water. So we're going to put that up there. We're going to jump into here. We're going to collect that. And we're going to collect that. So we got a pipe wrench. Allows modifying pipe connections. Places blocks in offhand. There's covers. Sneak to remove cover or pipes. So that's from Pretty Pipes. So we don't need that right now. But we also got a chainmail helmet. That'll come in handy because if we start exploring to places like this dungeon, I'm guessing this, just by the size of it, it's probably a spawner. So that is going to be a big win when we're able to mine to it. If we add a waypoint to that spawner, 240 meters away. I'm not sure what this is. This seems like a smaller little achievement here. So we're going to go adventure. And if we come out of it, okay, so that one is elevated. That one is probably a little bit elevated, but on the same kind of mining plan as me. 257, 250. So we'll probably go to that one first because it's closer in the sense of I'm not having to dig up. I've dug down, but this one's pretty straightforward. So we might adventure out to there either in this episode or potentially the next one. So either way, that is on the to-do list. We're going to collect up the rest of our iron. We now have basically an endless water supply because if we dig in here, put one bucket there and one bucket there. We now have an infinite water source. We can use this for other things. So we now have an infinite water source that we can use in the future. So I think next is lava. So we're going to need a lava, 2 sticks. Okay, I'll take that. 2 sticks. 1, 2. Okay. Says to right click stone with it. while looking at stone to create lava. So that is probably the easiest way of creating lava in any mod pack that I have actually used. Quests, lava, random. It gave us a battery from power. And in doing that, a flux controller. So now that we've unlocked a lot of these, we can kind of check it out. So we've got Britannia. So Britannia's the only magic mod that they've got unlocked that I could see. I'm not sure if I'm going to unlock more quests as I progress through, but as of right now, Britannia's the only magic. So we've got thermal, that's good. RF tools, they'll be very handy to automate things. Builder, spawner, that'll come in handy. I'm really hoping that some of these mods are really good to automate things. Spawners, or any kind of automation, these are the mods that you go for. Mechanism, these are all your higher tier mechanism, I guess, machinery. Reactors, it's going into reactors. Yep, nuclear waste, fission reactor. So we're probably not going to be doing a lot of these machines until later on. What else we go? Industrial foregoing. I haven't really jumped into this too much. Immersive engineering. I've heard good things about this mod. Create. We're probably going to jump into the create specific quest line once I get through this getting started section, because this continues on down here. So we're probably going to get into washing the encased fan. And now that we have lava and water, we can make a cobble gem, which requires compressed stone, some glass, a bucket of water, and a bucket of lava. Tinkers. I'm pretty certain we're gonna have to get the fan first and then into Tinkers, because I'm pretty sure that's how you get, yes. If we wash sand, that's how we get clay. We can get the clay and move into Tinkers. Okay, so we'll go down and then we'll work our way up. Dripper, I'll just get the dripper purely for the reward. Okay, so I have gained some more resources. I'm smelting out the rest of the stone. So now we can craft our dripper, which we don't really need anymore. But right now, we now have a cobble gem. That is a big step. A very big step. Blocks going there. That and that. Okay, so for this cobble gem to be effective, I am going to have to, if we search up, I have auto hammers. Okay, so we're going to need redstone, gold. Okay, redstone and gold. So we're not quite at that point yet, but I'm going to put it on our crafting list. So we now have a dropper. What do we get? We got a piece of bread. Cobble gem. What do we get? Ooh. Okay. So the bread we can save for emergencies alongside our chocolate cake. We also got an iron hammer, so that is going to be helpful in clearing out a lot of area, especially when we start automating this. Where shall we put it? Okay. Stick one of them there. I think, yeah, I'm just right here. Bam. Kind of lights up the area a bit more, and that will slowly generate, well, cobble. Before that fills up, I'm going to put this cobble in here and dedicate this chest to purely cobblestone. So every time I take a stack out, it'll refill. And when we get access to auto hammers, I can stick the auto hammer here, add a chest to it, and it'll automatically hammer cobble into gravel and then put it into the next chest. These are grown fairly well. So what is next on our agenda? We are going to be making encased pan, propeller, iron sheets, engineer's hammer. We don't have access to string yet, so string is out of the question. So we have andesite alloy. Okay. Andesite casing. Andesite alloy onto a stripped log, I'm guessing. Okay, so andesite alloy. We'll do 6. We'll get out. Before we got andesite. So if we make them into nuggets, split. Oh, perfect. Perfect. So if we. That's kind of cool. But some people are going to hate me because floating trees. Don't worry, I'll clean them up. Bam. The decay on leaves are fairly quick, so don't have to worry about that. Put them in there. I now have andesite casing, andesite alloy. So alloy, 2 of them. Shaft. Yes, it's a shaft. Okay, what are some other ways? Yes. Oh, that's very. Okay, I'm gonna have to just do it anyway. Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, we got another random stick. Banner stick, cumber branch. I think at some point we're gonna need a whole. We're gonna need a whole chest of all these funny naming sticks. How much we can make a press, but we're gonna need more iron. We're gonna have to do it anyway. Okay. So we'll do this to begin with. We have a press. We have a crank. Ha! Press, random reward, laser connector. Okay. Don't think we're going to need a laser connector anytime soon from Laser IO. So, if I put that there, connect that, Okay, so I am going to need... Okay, do I have any in there? I do. I still have some in there. So all we need is 4 iron. That's 1. How about I'll be right back once I have enough iron. Okay, so I have the iron I need. So let's see how this thing works. Throw them under there. So that literally squashes them into plates. Okay then. Okay then. We've got the press. We get that sorted. So we've got a propeller, casing, and a shaft. Encased frame. And because we can, I'm going to get another hand crank. Because cranks are fun. Okay. So I'm going to need a bucket of water. And a bit of space. Which direction shall we go? Suppose we'll go out this way. We'll light this place up. So I'm not sure how the recording is going to look because on the screen that I'm using, it's relatively dark. But on the recording, it might not be, so don't crucify me for using too many torches. It can never be too bright. Unless you're looking at the sun, then that's too bright. Okay, so how does this work? Okay, so I need that to go that way. Block it in. Bucket of water. And crank. So we're gonna grab the dust and the sand. And I'm guessing the good thing about this is that I can just straight up toss full stacks. So one thing I found is if I shift right click, it reverses the polarity of fen. So by the looks of it, this is doing something. So this is, I guess, what's called washing the blocks to get resources from it. Oh, I see bits. I see things happening. Okay. Look at all those resources. Just look at them. So now, all of these are going straight into my resource chest. We got a piece of redstone. Okay, we've got some gold. That's going to be useful. That's going to be useful. And clay. Yep, we're looking for that too. We've got some certus, nickel, fluorites, bone meal. That'll be handy when we start getting into farming, which might be a few episodes down the track, but I'm looking forward to that. Silver. Okay. So what kind of iron? So we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 4 iron, 2 redstone, 2 gold. So I've got the gold, I just need another redstone. Okay, so that's that one completed, and that's that one. Don't think you guys can see it because my face cam is in the way. I'm gonna put the spyglass away, but it just gave us a tier 3 cobble gem. That's gonna be fantastic when I automate this, because yes, this is going quite quickly. But when we automate things, I'm going to need a hell of a lot more cobble generation than what we currently have. So I'm going to manually do this until we can get enough iron to get the auto hammer. But as of right now, we have touched on the beginnings of create. We're getting the resources that we're going to need for tinkers, and we now have a way to generate resources from the sand. I think we can do the same to gravel and dust. So now we have access to gold, redstone, silver, a lot more resources that we're going to need moving forward into automation, machines, and hopefully a more efficient way to double what we get from those machines. But without further ado, I'm going to leave off the episode here. So thank you very much to everybody who takes the time out of their day to watch my YouTube videos. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and it really does mean a lot to me. Going forward in this journey, I'm looking forward to where this series leads me. I'm very excited to pursue this journey, this series. I hope to do more in the future, and I will catch you guys in the next one. If YouTube suggests a video either here or here, whether it's a suggested one or one from my channel, it means a lot. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.